Hello world. Hello collective. Oh, it's been a hot second. It's not like I didn't try. Believe you me. In fact, I went to 5 parks in the last 2 days. All had construction. Most irritating of my life. Anyway, I just finished a long day. Sweating buckets. Very thirsty. But I've managed to find on one of our many university campuses this hidden spot. So quiet, no people. And I walked by and I was like, you know what? I might just go home. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I have the cards. And when I went to my, oh my God, guys, right here, the initials CB. Do you know out of all the initials or letters that I get on the downloads? CB. Hold on. Can I show it to you? Let's see. Somewhere on the table. I hope you saw that. Oh. Okay, CB. Now, the other day when I was at the park, I had actually shuffled and I just started to get into the reading when this guy was working on his driveway and was cutting. I don't know, where did I put them? Hey now. Oh yeah, no. Okay, I know what okay. Hold on, let me get the cards out because I just started the reading and I'm still feeling this person. CB. Okay, so hold on, let me get all the, how did it go? I had it in order. Mother. Okay, you know what? We're just, it's done. That energy, we're now locked into CB. If the same energy wants to come out, but essentially, hold on, let me tap into CB. Well, let's see. Okay, aside from CB, the energy that I had pulled just was getting into. It was an Emperor with the Moon, and then the next card was like the Lovers, the King of Swords. Anyway, but what I was picking up was that there was a conflict of interest, that someone, this Emperor with the Moon, had all of these feelings, but the conflict, to me, it felt like that's what I was hearing, a conflict of interest. But this person was like deep in the feels. I can't stop looking at CB. It's just crazy. And it was weird too because one of you, my subscribers, you literally also have the initial CB. Like CB comes through all the time. It's like my Vancouver people, my lawyers and judges. I have that person who likes to wear a dog collar. I always get the most interesting. Okay, well CB. Okay, well let's get shuffy about it. Let's get shuffy and let's call in all the crowd favorites. I definitely am feeling my grandma right now, as well as my girl Blackie, the one who passed. If you're new, I had a cat named Blackie. She passed away in the spring. She's buried up in the cemetery. Okay. And if you're new, my grandma is always coming through. She was a saint. She's a Pisces. She's a beautiful lady. She really did truly look like Jackie Kennedy Onassis. The early days, like dead ringer. My grandmother, I used to call my grandmother Black Grandma. Not because I was racist, because my grandmother had the blackest hair. And when I was like a peanut, when I was about 4 or 5, like she had the blackest hair. And I was like, for a grandma, I was like, your hair is wildly black. Like there's not a stitch of gray. So, and you know how kids are. There's no filter. You don't realize what you're saying is problematic. But I was like, Black Grandma. But to all those who don't know, her name was Florine. Okay, so CB, let's go for, okay, sorry guys. I just got off work. I know. I get a little frenetic when I've been working all day. Okay, let's ground it. The cicadas. Okay. Let's call them the crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all my benevolent ancestors, and anyone that you're working with, and if it's evil, they can just sit at the door and listen. Okay, Grandmama. Oh, Grandmama. Let's talk about CB. Grandma, you got the scoops. You got a higher perspective. grandmama. And this is the floral deck. We're back to the lovers. That was, okay. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side as a theme. Okay, well, love's here. CB, who are you? Okay, well, it's for collective too, but there's an emphasis on CB. So CB could be for you and the collective. CB, you could be the collective. Oh my goodness. You're the 9 of Cups. CB for collective. Okay, well, you're single as a Pringle. You're someone's wish fulfillment. I think you're your own wish fulfillment too. You fulfill yourself because it's the Cups. Yeah, even though this deck, you know which 9 of Cups I'm seeing? Actually, no, it's from the Little Witch deck. I do have it with me. I'll pull it out in a sec. I'm seeing actually the 9 of Pentacles in the Little Witch deck, where she's sitting in the garden and all the grapes are kind of nearby, and she's like got her kitty and she's like got a little glass of wine and she's reading in the garden. But it's that energy of knowing how to fulfill yourself, how to take care of your own needs, how to make yourself happy, you know? Yes, okay. CB, let's get into it. Okay. Oh, who else? Or what else about you? Okay, well, hold on. We gotta put the lovers close by. You know what? I'm gonna put the lovers right under CB, the initials. Okay. There's a little squirrel really going to town on a nut. Okay. He starts chucking nuts. Chucking nuts. But you know what? The squirrels do like me. Okay, so CB, tell me a little bit more about who you are. Wow. You're the Star? Wow. Oh my god, okay. One card at a time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take the Star. See, look, there you are. Single as a Pringle. And you're sipping from these cups. These water jugs, rather. But see how it's mirrored? Like in the Star, it's presented in many different ways, but look how it's literally the same on either side. The only thing that's missing is a little crow friend. Star-crossed lovers. Oh god, here we go. Are you excited, guys? Oh, yeah, with the Chariot, look. The 2 jugs. Oh my god. Bird smoochies and horse smoochies, you know how I feel about it. Okay. Star-crossed lovers. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stick the Chariot. Even the horses, look, they have the same face paint, but they're facing each other. I'm telling you. It's like, you're about to come face to face. Oh, I just got so excited. I feel really good right now, guys. And I was kind of feeling bitchy a hot second ago. I was just sweating to the oldies, marching around this goddamn city. It's like, you know when it's like rush hour and everyone's being total maniacs? Exactly, beep beep. Oh, this is nice. Okay, CB. Are you a Queen of Wands? Well, with a Star, even with this particular flower, well, and this flower, even though it's a different hue, this is more of a violet and this is like a light blue, there's something really soft. Because I also feel like you are the Chariot. This is representing you and this person. So clearly it's gonna be a love reading, hello. But, like, I can feel the petal of the flower. Yeah, there's a real softness here, and even the horses. The only one, I mean, the moons are soft. They're not facing each other. Oh, see, that's what I mean, star-crossed. Conflict of interest. I feel as though, okay, put yourself where you belong. Collective, if you're not CB, Maybe there's a CB, and it doesn't have to be a CB, but CB, this is who I'm dialed into. I'm dialed into a CB, and this CB comes through a few times in the reading. Hand to God. Hand to God. So you may have crossed paths before, and then it was like the timing, or you couldn't see each other. But now, the two wheels. I almost, like, it feels like actually, again, a converging, where it's not like one person's going to the other, or one person's gonna reach out. Yeah, star-crossed. Maybe when it's one of you is just about to go have a little sip of water. Speaking of which, can we get hydrated? Oh, drinking our delicious city's lead water. Oh my God. Little known fact, Montreal, lead pipes, no bueno. Almost every single home is just lead water. But you know what? I'm just one man. Okay. But going back to the star energy, it is a lot about healing, and I am getting, it's the softness. It's like, I feel as though there's something very uniquely soft and gentle, but never mistake soft and gentle for meek or weak or passive or someone who isn't wearing their own crown. I feel as though, I'm just gonna call you CB, but collective, this could be you, but just for the sake, and my mind's racing, I'm very excited. Hey, look, a little tree. Oh my God. You're gonna be different, but the same. And this message tends to come through, but what Spirit is showing me, okay, one of you is the tree, one of you is the bird, so you're not two birds. Like, you are very similar, because we're seeing the two horses, but horses, very autonomous. Again, if they allow you to ride you, it's because they're allowing you. If a horse doesn't want you to ride it, it'll buck you the fuck off. Oh, and that's why it's like you may not have seen at first, because you're looking for a bird, but really, you're about to land in the tree. Does this make sense? Follow me here, guys. Okay, hold on. Okay, CB. So you're healing, but I also feel like, yeah, the word authority, there's some kind of social status. Again, you don't have to be a movie star to have social status, but there's like a caliber here. Also, with all of these constellations, these beautiful little constellations, I don't know if you can see the detail in that. These, like, I love this soft yellow. Again, the color palette of these cards, just delicious. It gets me really excited. In fact, one of my favorite art pieces, one of the downtown museums, the art museums, there's this big metal, and it has this, like, this light pink. Oh. Both masculine, a very balanced masculine and feminine energy. Soft, gentle but firm. Authoritative when you need to be, or like standing in that power. And a lot of people enjoy you, CB. Like, just like the stars are there for everyone to enjoy, I feel like probably a lot of people admire you, either from afar or up close. In your working profession, there's a lot of eyes, but I don't feel like you have a lot of eyes for people. You're very selective. And you're generous. Look at that little cornucopia. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so Grandmama Tell me about this lover's chariot energy. Am I right, Grandma? I'm thinking that there's going to be a converging, like literally crossing paths again, but in a way. Tell me about this lover's chariot. Okay, which one is it? So the Ace of Coins. Now, these ones are always interesting because it's like, I don't really love that they've plucked this little Buttercup up by the root. Let me think about this. Okay. So collective, if you're not CB, CB is gonna look at you, collective. You know when you just see something so beautiful now? I try not to pick flowers, to be honest, because I want to keep the beauty there for everyone, but I understand it. You know when you do, you see the perfect something, and you're like, I need to have that. But when you uproot something, you could technically, I was gonna say plot, but I was gonna say repot. Plot. Okay, I'm hearing the word plotting, but not in a nefarious way. But anyways, they see you as the little Buttercup. They just want to pluck you. Yes. And I'm also hearing plucking up the courage. Oh yeah, because going back to this conflict of interest. Is there a conflict of interest? Let's find out. Okay, well, there's a plucking, there's plotting. Plotting and plucking. Ooh, maybe that's what I'll call this. Plotting and plucking with CB. Okay. I love all this yellow. Yeah, look at this. And see, look, that's the flower. Oh, they're giving it to you, roots and all, too. So when they give you an offer, it's the whole thing. It's not just like plucking the flower from the stem or like the very top. They're giving you the whole thing, roots and all. Okay, so collective, if you're CB, you're very generous, and there's someone that you... Hold on, I'm just gonna pretend like you're CB. It's just easier for my mind, but just put yourself where you need to go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this yellow, and the hand's golden. Man, CB, you're golden. You're just right. You are just right. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what's currently going on for CB? Because we get a flavor of who they are, their wish fulfillment for all people, including themselves. They're single as a Pringle. They're center stage. They're seen by a lot of people. They're respected. They're admired. They're generous. Oh, CB. Ugh. Okay, and look at that. See, you were in a partnership. Okay, and you're healing. Okay. And I guess that's why these moons are a little bit sad. Maybe that's why there was a bit of a crossing. The timing wasn't right, or there was a conflict of interest, or both. Okay, so CB, you've had the heart ouchies. But you've made a bouquet of your heart. You're like, well, if I can't use my heart right now, I guess I'll go pluck. Yeah, plucking and plotting. I'll go pluck some beautiful flowers and place it in my heart, so at least I can enjoy it. Yeah, again, going back to the Nine of Cups, taking untenable circumstances, big heart ouchies, and being like, you know what? That fucking sucks. It's this gentleness again. I'm being shown going back to the horses, I'm seeing Mongolia. Now, I personally love Mongolia, so I feel like I have a bit of finger on the pulse. And they love their little ponies. But what I'm seeing is there's an expansiveness to you, so that even when you're in grief, kind of unlike most people, and there's a bit of a privateness. It's not that you're not willing to be honest, you're forthright, and you can tell people, but I feel like there's an inner landscape and an expansiveness and depth. And because there's such expansiveness, that even when there's huge grief, it has not fields, like plains, like wide open plains for this grief to kind of run and just be, so that it doesn't collapse you. Oh, whoever CB is, you are a 9 million out of 10. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I love your energy. And you're golden. And it's that soft yellow. Ugh. Okay, so you've been in the heart ouchies. Okay. What else, Grandma, can you tell me about the heart ouchies? Okay. Wow. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, Cinnamon. Okay. Well, the divine has a plan. Now, again, look at the keys. Crossed, just like the lovers. So, there's something here about timing. Because after that is the sun. And I was just saying, CB, you're golden. Right to the Six of Wands. We have the Six of Coins. Again, center stage, successful. King of Wands. Oh, what you don't see coming, CB. Or maybe you do, but like, there's a divine hand. And it's, again, bringing you two together. Isn't that how it always goes? Oh, God, you're in the real thorny thicket of heart ouchies, where you're just like, that is it. And you're just like, yeah, you're focused on career, you're focused on, I don't know, feeding squirrels nuts, I don't know, taking a class, whatever, painting your toes, just trying to survive. And then that old tricky Sky Daddy is like, you know what? Now would be the perfect time to send you someone more appropriate, but again, you're gonna have to work for it, because when you've just had the heart ouchies, and like the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, like we're talking like fuck. Sometimes it's the only word that can describe it, where you're just like, oh, for fuck, where it's that bad. There's no words. And I love this sun. This is one of my favorite sun cards. This to me always reminds me of a whale tail. Going back to, again, incredible depth. The whales are in the ocean, so it's just like emotional intelligence. Again, the softness. The sun isn't like blazing. There's a brick wall. Ah, something's getting through the brick wall. See, the water. Yeah, love always wins. You can build up that little wall around your little heart. You can say, no, thank you, God. Sometimes I say that to my grandma. I'm like, Grandma, not fucking around today. Not fucking around today, protecting the old heart. But love and emotion always manages to find its way in. Isn't that right? Okay. And whoever this and see, I love these, like, look at these two little red ribbons. Again, the matching, the mirroring. Oh, CB or whoever. You two. And a King of Wands. There is attraction here. Big time. Okay. Let me stick this to the side. Okay, so let's find out about the other person. The Lovers. Could be a Gemini. Doesn't have to be. It could just be representing the roses. Okay. Oh my God. I was walking through Pigeon Alley, which is really an underpass, where all the pigeons hang on this one particular area, and they shit everywhere. And hand to God, I don't know how we're all alive walking through this like major underpass that everyone walks through every single day. But what was so interesting this morning is that going through it, normally it smells like assholes, like just dirty, rank assholes plus pigeon shit. The strongest aroma of rose was coming through, and it stood out because, for one, rose I'm more open to now, but it's not my favorite smell. I love roses, but it's not my favorite smell. In fact, the only reason I kind of love roses is because of my grandma. And I appreciate them, but the smell itself is not my favorite. It's a little bit too floral. So it really stood out, and what was even funnier is that after I came out of the underpass, that beautiful rose smell quickly dissipated, then it even smelled worse. It was like a dirty asshole. Okay. And maybe that was like the person who gave you the heart ouchies. A dirty asshole. Ugh. Oddly enough, the city that I live in, roses do have a lot of themes. A lot of our sports teams. Anyway, there's something about roses. Huh. Okay, moving along. Okay, so who is this? Who is CB? Gonna lock who? The Four of Swords. Someone who's on arrest? Okay, Grandmama. Who is this person that CB is gonna be? Oh boy. Someone who's really also gone through a time. Endings and new beginnings. Oh, the crown is a little bit knocked off here. Okay. I really love this death card, though. See, and look. The skull, that's smizing. If Tyra Banks were right here, I think we could all collectively agree, even though there's no eyes in the socket, that is a smize. And you can't quite see the details, but this water is quite beautiful. So whoever CB is going to be connecting to, and again, just stay where it resonates, but this person is also a king, a queen, an emperor, an empress. They've also got their ass tossed a little bit by the waves of life. Things have also ended. Yeah, stormy, so again, not pleasant. But even though the crown is knocked off, it's being hung on this little plant, but they're doing okay. I love that. And they're taking a rest. They're healing. Okay, well, the two of you are doing some healing separately. Okay, so Grandma, what the fuck's gonna happen? Pardon my French, Grandma. My grandma knows that I swear like a trucker. Like, everyone, Grandma, spirit team, if you know what I'm made of. I get a little spicy, I don't always swear. Oh my God. The World to the Ace of Cups. To the Ten of Cups. To the Empress. I knew, oh boy. To the Queen of Cups. Okay, hold on. We're seeing it, but I want to shut. Okay. Tell me a bit more about the Lovers, who is the Death card, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, tell me about who they are. Who are they? The Ace of Swords. Ooh. Oh, they're a truth teller. Hey, that would go with Gemini or an air sign. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely... I'm getting air sign, all these clouds. And we do have the Four of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of swords here with the Lovers. I suspect at minimum an air sign, but definitely could be Gemini. And a Gemini's going to tell you like it is. Oh yeah, Libra, you're a little bit too soft at times, because again, you like to keep the peace for the people, so you'll be honest and direct. But Geminis don't give a fuck. They're just gonna tell you straight up. Okay, so this person comes correct. They love the truth. They speak the truth. They say what they mean what they say. Oh yeah, see? Normally, the Nine of Wands, this bandage would be on their head. Okay. So the two of you... Oh, they're the King of Wands. Okay, I see it. See, it's the same flowers. Just like how the same flowers were for CB, the Buttercup. Okay, well, we've got like an air sign here who is quite attractive, who's also hanging in there. Oh God, yeah, it's why they're resting. Ain't that the truth? Okay, so Grandma, we have this Chariot card. I think we need another deck. I kind of want to pull out the Whispers of Time. Do we want Whispers of Time, or do we want every little thing you do is magic? No, we'll go with Whispers of Time. Oh, look at this. The Sun. This is also my favorite Sun card. Oh, and the Hierophant right on the bottom. Oh my God, we're matching. Oh, CB, look at you. You are golden. Again, the two of you though, it's like you're perfectly, yeah, it's like if you were to cut something in half, it just may not present in the beginning. One of you may have slightly overlooked or like just not I don't know, there's something about being literally cut from the same cloth but slightly presenting just different enough that at first you're like, but does a bird absolutely go with a tree? Fuck yeah, can I get an amen on that? Amen. Oh yeah. Whew. And look at this beautiful Hierophant card. Oh, I love this. Okay. Let's do a little chef. Okay. Grandmama. Grandma, angels, everybody. Can we know a little bit about the circumstances? Like, what happens on the day that these two literally come face to face? Interesting, we're back to that King of Wands. Okay. So we have the Four of Cups, to the King of Wands, to the Page of Cups. Look, it's the tree. And I think I had this in another reading, that someone would literally be sitting under a tree, or you'd meet under a tree. And because that tree, see, CB, this is you. There's that little tree, and look, that's what's on the chest, or yeah, on his chest. And then here's this big, beautiful tree. Let me look at. That's not an oak. And see, this person is contemplative, going back to kind of more of that Four of Swords. They're resting. They're not depressed. They're just really like, they're taking care of themselves. But they don't see that cup. Okay. And, yeah. And they're the King of Wands, just like I said earlier. And see, yeah, this little sun on the chest. Ooh. So even though they're also in the ouchies, hanging on by the skin of their teeth, reflecting, having a normative amount of sadness and grief, you know. I don't feel depression. It's more like it's the disappointment that comes with grief, especially when there's like things like betrayal, or when things don't present as such, you know? And you're like, oh, really didn't see that coming. Okay, I need to regroup. I need to think about this. And even though they're in that energy, they're very much in this King of Wands. And what I love about the Page of Cups, I've said this a million times, what I love about the Page of Cups, it's the enthusiasm. It's that, think about like what we refer to as that puppy love, like your teens, your 20s, when it's unabashed. It's so enthusiastic. It's so authentic, genuine, giving of the whole self. So even though this person, and they're a King of Wands, they could have everyone, but they're not going after everyone. They're taking care of themselves, and they're healing, and they're getting to the truth of the matter. Again, going back to that self-reflection. There's an innocence still. They're not jaded. They're not bitter. Wow. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited for everyone here. Love this. Okay, so Grandma, are we going back to the tree? Like, and also, like, look at the background here. Trees and clouds. Okay, so, like, someone literally gonna be... Knight of Cups. Going back to the horsies. What's this? Oh, the devil. Hold on. Let's focus on the horsies. That's a pretty big goblet. It looks like that big goblet that... So CB, I don't know, you're cruising around. Because also, this was a card that represented you. I feel like CB, to be honest, I feel like you're an emperor, even though you're soft. Because again, you're balanced, and it doesn't mean that you're a male. You could be. But just how, like, for me, I'm always the empress. So, CB, if you are a woman, you don't have to be a woman, you could be a man. I feel like you're the emperor, and I feel like this Gemini energy, or whatever this air, King of Wands, I feel like they're an empress. This is the energy that I'm getting. Because they have a crown. They could also be an emperor too. Let's see. Hold on. But anyways, my point being is that CB, you're on the horse. You're getting on the horse again. Okay. What else, Grandma? Okay, so CB's getting back on the horse. Okay, hold on. Let me think of the question. Okay. Well, I do believe it's face-to-face just because of the horses. And because I've already feel like you've crossed paths. Okay, hold on. Let me ask about the conflict of interest. What is the conflict of interest? The Hierophant. Well, the Hierophant is also higher learning. It's institutions. So there could be a conflict of interest because, like, for instance, like, oh, there's so many ways that there could be a conflict of interest. Like, I'm hearing a lot, like, I mean, they always frown upon dating coworkers, or like I'm seeing like even like a prof and a student, but not a young student. Like, it's also like you can go back to university, middle age, but there's something where it's like there seems to be something institutional. Okay. Okay, so Grandma. So what happens with the conflict of interest? Also, don't worry about my hair. It's just crazy. It's sweaty. Oh, it's just sweating buckets. Okay. So what? Whoa. Okay, we're back to the Chariot and the Empress. I told you. Okay. And this is my favorite. Because to me, this is death in the Chariot. Oh, well, we have death. We have two chariots. But this And he has his cool shades on. I don't know if you can see, but it just looks like a mummy or like a skull, but wearing his cool shades. To the Empress. So is there not a conflict of interest? Either way, okay, doesn't even matter. I guess the conflict of interest can be so many different ways. Who knows about that part of the story? But what is being shown, again, with mirroring, we have like the King of Wands twice, we have the Chariot twice, the Sun twice. Yeah, and this Chariot is like direct. And this Empress is direct. CB, you are going directly towards this Empress, the Gemini. Oh, and I've said it before, if you're new to the channel, the whole reason I bought this deck was for this Empress card. And just like I was saying, like, she, kind of like the opposite of the Emperor I was kind of talking about, where it's like soft, gentle, yet firm. This Empress, she's firm, she can be soft too, but like, look at even this like falcon? I don't know what kind of bird this is, but again, that face says, try me. This face says, try me. If you don't come with the truth, if you don't come correct, fuck around and find out. But I bet you she's a real gas, a real hoot when she's off the clock. Like when she's alone in her chamber, in her snuggie, doing whatever, like there's no one around, she's a hoot. Okay. So CB, okay, well, okay. Oh, back to that Nine of Wands. Yeah, see? Oh, and see, the Four of Swords. See, look at all of this. See, this is the Gemini. They've been resting. There's the skull. Oh, yeah, see? Thrilling. The Magician. The plotting. So CB... you had to go back to the books. Okay, so wait a second. Grandmama, does CB know who this person is? The Wheel of Fortune. Well, she's facing my past. So again, star-crossed. CB, you must know who this person is lightly. And maybe because there's a conflict of interest, you like put it aside, but for some reason, it's coming around again. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Again, that horse energy. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Oh boy. And see, look at this. Look who's peeking out. Oh, Four of Wands. The Tower. Oh my god. To the Emperor. To the Six of motherfucking Cups. To the Sun. Oh my fuck. I feel like these horses. I feel like I could start galloping. And I've already been walking. I've already done 16 kilometers today, and I still have another 5 kilometers to get home. And it's all hills here. And yet, I'm invigorated. I feel like I could be that little horse running through the plains of Mongolia. This is how you two are gonna feel about each other. Yeah, what did I say? Emperor to the Empress. Woo! Woo! Oh my god, look who's back. Look who's back. The Tree of Love. Now, it's not quite a rose, but it is giving rose. Do you know what I mean? God damn. I feel so good right now. When I get these types of love readings and like pick up on people's energies, I love this shit. When it's good like this, oh, this is really nice. And again, this card is really soft compared to some of the other cards. There's more light in this card. And going back to the roots, Yeah, family roots. Oh, you're definitely going to be creating a family with this person. And just like that big old tree, it's for life. This is family. This is generational. This is forever. Yeah, there's something here, like the Gaelic knot. You know what I mean? There's something here about the roots. I'm really getting an emphasis on this, like, Gaelic knot, or like what? I feel like I'm just getting part of it right enough, but there's something here, something about marriage, the Gaelic knot, I'm not sure, but there's something here about roots. Yeah, I'm seeing big, beautiful tree trunks. And I love that, again, when the hand holding, look at all the light. Yeah, when you finally come together, it really is. Okay, where is that Hierophant card? Yeah. Like this is, it's written in the stars. Like CB, whoever you are, this person is absolutely, see, look, white. They're both wearing white, the white hands. This is a holy sacred union. Like, I hate to say it, but like, I don't think most of the world really understands what holy sacred union is, what that means, you know? We've been really conditioned to like hypersexualize and like romanticize things like careers and how much money the person has, and like not about quality or character or moral compasses, you know? Yeah. This is the thing. Divine love, we talk about it a lot, but I don't think a ton get to experience it. But when you do, it's one of those things when you know, just like an orgasm. If you're like, I don't know if I've had an orgasm, you haven't had one. You know when you know. It's the same with the holy sacred union, you know? It's about that recognition of the divinity in each other and supplicating to be like, it's giving, it's respectful, it's honoring, because it's literally, you see the divine in each other. And when you see the divine, when you see the God self in each other, the only way to show up is correct. And to truly cherish and treasure that, you know? Okay, we're at 48 minutes. Let's get one last, okay. Well, we did, okay, so we see the tower and the chariot. So like we do see, you see, look, the roses, 3 roses, white roses. No, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18 roses, white roses. Oh my God. Hand to God, CB, whoever you are, or collective, hand to God, if one of you gets a bouquet of 18 white roses, I'm gonna scream. You have to come back and put it in the comments. I can't live like this. This is just enthralling. Okay, Grandmama, take us out. Still can't get over it. The world, and I'd seen the world earlier too. Well, yeah, it's not the Gaelic knot, but there's, I don't know, there's something here. I don't know enough about Gaelic culture to know. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to capture all the details. There's something here about this, the old and the young. Oh, with the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I know people love to talk about past lives. You could have known each other in past lives, but to be honest, it's kind of got that flavor for me. I'm really feeling it. And it may have been a long time since you guys have been able to do a life together where you get to be lovers again. Because that's the thing. We learn and grow with so many different people, you know? We're here to grow as souls and spirits. And so, because I remember actually when Pisces' girlfriend and I really finally broke up, we had a classic Leslie breakup where it was just like off and on, off and on. And then it took a cult leader to kind of nip that in the bud. But even with the cult leader interfering, it was still kind of, but there was this one moment. Oh, were we burying a raccoon? We were in the river valley. And for those of you who are new, I had an ex-girlfriend who's a Pisces. She's like my soul sister, very spiritually connected, still to this day. But I remember she said, it's gonna be a really long time until I see you again. Like it's gonna, and that was true. But yeah, sometimes you just know that you come into something, you're like, it's gonna be a while before I see you again. And perhaps that's why, oops. Oh, 1 sec, guys. Hold on, why is this so dim? Hold on. So I just want to know what happens with the conflict of interest. What happens? CB. I go, 9 of Wands. Okay, tell me a bit more. Grandmama. What happens so that there is no conflict of interest? They're not telling me the full scoops, other than we've seen the 9 of Wands. There's something here. Okay, well, there's something here. There's a new beginning, and we're seeing that golden sun. Well, we know that CB, you're the golden sun. The blue really speaks to me of that King of Wands. So it's like you back this person, you back them up, you illuminate them, and it's a new beginning for both of you. And we've already seen with the Knight of Cups, but now we have this Knight of Pentacles. So there's an offer, and it's coming in right away. So Hermit. Okay, well, CB, I feel like this is you. And see how you're illuminated. So you went within in your own grief. And this has got that cosmological, going back to your star card with all those little, and with that Hierophant. So CB, you might be also really locked into spirit. And sometimes you just know when you know. Going back to what I said, yeah, you know when you know. And when you recognize something as divine, sometimes the rules don't apply, where you're like, you know what? This is problematic, but there is a solution. There's always a solution, especially if it's coming from Sky Daddy. Big Sky Daddy. Oh boy. Yeah, Big Sky Daddy. Yeah, was there like a divine intervention? Okay, Grandma, what happened for, ooh, this is a rough, this Hangman is always rough. Two of Cups. It's like that Hangman Hermit. There's somehow annoying. Oh, and they're showing me because the CB is carved into this. But you know how back in the day when you would have a crush on someone and you would do it into a tree, and I don't condone that because it hurts the trees. But when you would carve your initials, the heart, well, that car is modified. You know, she has a big engine in there, going fast. Okay, I don't know all the scoops other than if there was a conflict of interest, there's not a conflict of interest anymore. It's just passion. It's passion, it's divinely guided. Oh my God, you two. Oh, just beautiful. That was so worth it. I'm so glad I stopped here. I've really missed doing readings. But guys, then it's just like, I'm doing 8 million things right now. Opening a restaurant. We're doing all the construction right now to open the restaurant. I've got never-ending legal stuff with my son's mom, because that's her weapon of choice. I've got my own businesses. There's just like a million things, you know? I'm just one man. So when I'm not around, it's just like sometimes I just can't, you know? But it's not because I don't want to be here doing readings all day long. You know I do. CB. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. So I'm gonna take a photo of CB with that sun card and the levers. That is gonna be, okay. Well, you know what, guys? CB Collective. Also, fill me in on the scoop. CB. These initials come in all the time. All the goddamn time. It's just like my Vancouver people. I know someone's in the crowd. So CB Collective. Oh my God, please do. Please tell me if you want. I would love to know. Just thrilling. So get out there, go get your smoochies, go fall in love under a tree. Oh God. This one, I mean, they all feel really good when I tap in, but this one is a 9 million out of 10. Just beautiful. You know I love to see it. Go get those smoochies. Stay blessed, stay golden.